Grand Rising Elementals. I am your girl, Fatima the Great, and today I'm here with 10 tips for beginners in magic. In magic, I mean manifestation, spell work, stuff like that. So, it's best to know what you're getting into before you get into it, and to know like some proper steps. So, um, I watched a few videos and it gave me an idea to compose some proper steps into beginning your magic. So, the first thing you're going to do is to activate a protection ritual. It could be something as simple as closing your eyes and imagining that you're encapsulated in a blue protective bubble, or lighting a protective candle, saying your psalms or whatever you say for protection, or a law banishing ritual. It just depends on where you are and what you know. So the first thing you should be doing is to cultivate yourself a protection ritual before you dabble into anything with magic. Really, before you light any candles, you should have some kind of protection in order. So, just to be on the safe side, because you're dealing with energy and spirits and things like that. So, protect yourself from the negative energy that doesn't serve you, or negative spirits that don't serve you. The next thing you're going to do is get started. So, when you're practicing your magical works, remember that this is art. And you're not going to have everything right the first time. But the more that you do it, the more you will know what works for you and what works for your level of magic, and for what works for the situation that you're in or that you need the magic for. So, the best thing for you to do is just to get started, go ahead and do it and see what you can come up with. Okay? So, the third tip is no condition is going to be perfectly right. Yes, sometimes we wait on moon phases or certain days to do things, but don't necessarily let things like that stop you from practicing. And also, don't let things like not having the right material stop you too, because you could use certain things around your house to practice manifestation or magic or whatever it is you want to get into. So don't let things like that stop you. It's really, things, material things are really just accessories to your magic, because the magic is within you yourself. It's all about you cultivating it and bringing it out. So it's all about your intentions, internal intentions, to bring about your external intentions. Okay? So, number 4, it's perfectly fine to do it by yourself. That way you could be just as silly as you want to be, or if sometimes you want to be naked and you don't want to be around people. And not only that, let me tell you something about group magic and group spells. If you're going to involve yourself in a group magic spell, then you should make sure that the people that you are grouping up with is on the same energy level, is on the same magic level, or the same intentional level that you are, or better. Because if they are a little bit lower, anybody there with a lower vibration or a lower level of understanding than you, spirit is going to send the energy where everybody can understand and receive. So, you're doing yourself a disservice if you are involved in these group rituals and you don't really even know who the people in your group are. It could be somebody with a negative mindset, like, I'm gonna just join this group and I know it ain't gonna work. You don't want that kind of energy within your group magic, because that type of person, I said, it's nothing gonna work for them. They need to see proof. They have no faith in their self, no faith in their work, and will mess up you on your path as well. So it's perfectly fine to do it by yourself. That way you don't have any judgment when you messing up, or you're getting the 100% pure energy for your energy level, and not nothing lower, because Spirit is going to make sure, if it's a group, that everybody can receive. So it's going to put it possibly on a lower vibration so the lower vibrationals can receive. And now you've missed your message, or you missed your manifestation to the level that you needed because you was in a group ritual. Okay? Okay. So, oh, also that also goes to, people telling you that you need to be initiated. Well, certain things, if you want to follow it, you need to be initiated. But these are not the only paths. These are not the only paths for you. I used to have this person coming around me and used to tell me, oh, before you can open your mouth and speak, you need to have at least 7 different paths of religion. Really? Oh, okay, no. See, that's why it's best to handle your business and your magic on your own. Okay, now we're going to move on to number 5. Make your practice something that you can practice every day at the same time, or if it calls for that. Like sometimes some of this magical work calls for you to do works maybe 3, 6, 9, maybe 11 days in a row. And if that's something that you're doing, then you should make sure that you can set it up for a time every day that you can do it at the same time. That's to give your situation, your magic, your manifestation the best chance of success. Doing it at the same time of the day. It's like clockwork, If you have a magic situation, or like you light your altar or whatever, and you should make your situation is simplified to where, when say you get off work late and you need to honor your ancestors or whatever, if it's something that you do every day, simplify it that way you can do it when you're tired. You know what I'm saying? Make it sustainable. Simplify it. It doesn't have to be immaculate unless you want it to be immaculate. I'm not saying that don't make it immaculate. If you want to make it immaculate by all means, but make it something that's sustainable for yourself. Okay? That was number 5. So we're going to turn the page and move on over to number 6, because yes, I did take notes. Okay. So meditation is very important when you're operating in magical works, manifestation, anything. You need to learn how to focus your attention on the outcome that you want. And you get help with focusing your attention by learning how to meditate. Now, meditate is not something that's extremely hard. It will seem hard at the beginning, but it's really not extremely hard. And we do it all the time. We just don't even realize it. When you're in the car and you at the red light and you done zoned off and the car behind you blow the horn, it's because you done zoned off in the meditation. We call it daydreaming. Really, it's meditation, unconscious meditation that you done zoned off into, So, find you a pattern that you can set for yourself to teach yourself how to meditate. Even if you start off with just 2 minutes, sit, relax yourself, close your eyes, and breathe. And focus on taking deep breaths. Because if you're focused on taking deep breaths, you're not focused on what you're thinking about, So that helps you to kind of clear your mind. So you just sit, relax yourself. Deep breath in. Hold it if you can. If not, release. Bring it in your nose and out your mouth. When you're able to build up a little bit more time for your meditation, do that. Until then, follow little steps that make it easy for you. Even if it's 30 seconds. You got to start somewhere. Okay? Okay. Let's go on to number 7. Oh, this goes back to talking about homemade home things that you find around your home that you could use in your magic. Magical instruments does not have to be something fancy. You can use things in your own house, You can even, they be like, put fresh flowers on your altar. Well, if you have nice, beautiful house plants, they will work as well, And a lot of these house plants that some of us have come from our ancestors. It could come off their grave, or it could come from when they was alive, or things like that. So if you got nice fresh flowers or fresh house plants, use that as your earth element on your altar or as your fresh plant. You don't have to always necessarily go out buying things because, we come from a people who didn't, in America, who weren't able to always go and buy what they needed, so they used what they had. So, items you find around your house are good, better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Store bought items are also good. It's better than nothing. It's all about knowing what you need and putting it to good work and good use for yourself. Okay, number 8, get you some type of altar. Even if you don't keep your altar up, make it a removable altar and you just set it up when you need it. Something easy for you. Your altar, as long as you have things to represent the elements like earth, water, fire, air, and spirit, your altar is pretty much set up. Number 9, and this is something that I saw on a video, and also Spirit was like, let me tell you why you need it. It's called a cloak. Get yourself a cloak or a robe or whatever, because when you're doing your magical or your manifestation or whatever you're doing, your spells or whatever, a lot of the times you need to be naked. You need to be in your birthday suit. So, or if you're doing stuff that you want to hide your hand, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be helping somebody to remove negative energy off of them. You don't know who put it on them or who's working against them. So you want to hide yourself from, or cloak yourself from the spirits figuring out, okay, well, you help this person, I'm going to come and get you. Cloak yourself. You know what I'm saying? And number 10, be humble. Remember that your path might not be everybody else's path. So you don't always have to go telling people, oh, I do this. Let them ask and still kind of be selective about what you tell them, because you don't want to give somebody some type of information that they're not ready for, and you kind of turn them, you know what I'm saying, or run them back to being stuck or being lost. So be careful of the information that you share with people, because your path is not everybody else's path. You'll always be a beginner in something. You're not going to always know everything anyway. So another thing, when you speak about what you're doing and your path and what it is that you're doing, speak from your opinion or from your experience. Nobody is necessarily going to be a pro in this, because you can't necessarily know it all. You can't possibly know it all. You will probably get to the brink of it all when you're dead or on to the next level, but in this human life, you're probably not going to know it all. So remember that you're always going to be a learner. Even if you're a teacher, you're still learning. In order to be a good teacher, you have to first be a good learner. So not everything that you experience is concrete law, okay? Not everything that you know is concrete law. So when you speak to people, speak from your experience and not from a position of making it sound like concrete law. Okay? So that is the 10 steps to beginning your magic or spells or manifestation, whatever you want to call it. I am your girl Fatima the Great. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me. I will be back with more videos and more advice, more conversations, more stories, and I soon will be putting up my website. It's under construction right now. So until then, you guys could follow me on this platform, and I'll see you later. Okay? All right. Peace.